Norton House Pizza is a family-run business that has been passed down for generations. Nick Anafontis, who is the current owner, had the business passed down to him from his father and uncle. Growing up in Norton, Anafontis first started working at the shop when he was 12 and began cooking at age 14. Norton House used to be a small pizza shop that grew from local children as well as Wheaton students. When discussing how Norton House grew in popularity and the impact Wheaton students had on the business, Anafontis stated, "Wheaton didn't have a cafeteria back then," he said. "We also had a video game room and all the kids would come in after school, get pizza and play." Because of the school's lack of food service, they were one of the first places in the area to deliver. We had 3 guys running back and forth all the time. Norton House has been around for more than 40 years and is viewed very highly by the locals of Norton. Norton House did not have a website online, however they did have a Facebook page that received an exceptional amount of positive reviews.
Our group decided to work with Norton House of Pizza because of the relationship they have with Wheaton students and the neighborhood feeling that they bring towards the Norton area, providing a delicious top-notch Greek cuisine. They were very welcoming towards us when we approached them about working with us on our project for school, showing great customer service and the easy access that they show through deliveries and the friendly interactions their staff was towards Wheaton students, producing such a consistent resource for us too. We also wanted the opportunity to help them out by doing this project for them and helping them with recommendations for the future. Providing the community with a reasonable price menu and a great quality in every meal, they have generated a great reputation and reoccurring customers. Overall, the staff at Norton House generate such great relationships with their customers. The restaurant has been very successful for over 40 years, and my group mates and I wanted to take an inside look on how they have achieved such steady business and what they provide to receive such positive results and a plentiful amount of satisfied reviews.
We approached our interview with owner Nick expecting to gain information around the cultural organization of the business, with the ultimate goal of grasping a general understanding of what the level of employee satisfaction might be like. We decided as a group that the best way to approach the interview was to keep the conversation relatively casual in order to get information we were looking for. By doing so, we were able to get a deeper understanding of how Nick felt about his employees from an owner's perspective, along with how Nick thought his employees felt about their work. We asked Nick similar questions to the ones on our employee survey to see how satisfied he is with his employees and the business culture. For example, we asked if he thought that his employees put an extra effort into their work.
Our survey was targeted at discovering the level of job satisfaction among the employees at Norton House of Pizza. Each question on our survey was designed with a scoring system of 1 to 5, representing different levels of job satisfaction, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. Once we collected the completed surveys, we decided to calculate both the scores of each individual survey as well as a cumulative score that expresses the level of job satisfaction among the entire staff. As a group, we determined that these 2 methods would provide us with the most relevant feedback to give to Nick. The data we collected shows that the majority of the employees at Norton House of Pizza are somewhat satisfied with their job based on the individual employee survey averages and total survey average. Our 1 to 5 scale shows the level of satisfaction, with 1 equaling definitely not, 2 equaling not really, 3 equaling neutral, 4 equaling somewhat, and 5 equaling definitely. The overall trend of the employee average is about 4, which means they are somewhat satisfied with their job. The cumulative score of all of the employees was 3.96 to be exact. Considering that a score of 3 represents a neutral level of job satisfaction and the collective score, if you round up, is a 4, the consensus seems to be that the overall level of job satisfaction is above average, however it could still be improved upon. Other data we collected showed the frequency at which each number was selected. This data is significant as it shows us that the frequency in each response option proceeds in chronological order, with 5 being the most frequent and 1 being the least frequent, which also illustrates the staff consensus that the overall level of job satisfaction is above average.
Overall, the employee satisfaction is relatively high at Norton House, with only a few outlier answers from a few employees. Because of this, we didn't want to recommend anything too drastic. But for the employees that answered with somewhat instead of definitely yes for questions like, do you feel valued at work? The owner of Norton House can ask the employees, what can be done to make them feel more valued at work. Additionally, looking at some questions responses such as, do you consider the people you work with to be friends? The majority of the responses were C's, which represent might or might not. Considering those in the workplace to be friends of yours is typically always beneficial for the employees as well as the business as a whole. A recommendation we will make to the owner would be to make more active efforts and engage the employees and bring them closer together to form stronger relationships in and outside of the workplace. Ways to do that could consist of holding more staff dinners and events more frequently to encourage teamwork in the workplace on a daily basis. Putting employees in competition with another can sometimes be a useful tactic, but in terms of Norton House of Pizza, we don't think that would be the correct action to take. Considering the amount of teamwork required at Norton House of Pizza, bringing the staff closer together and building friendships among the employees would be the biggest recommendation. Additionally, Norton House can implement new market strategies not only to grow the business by getting more customers, but it can also give employees different work to do, which can lead to increased employee satisfaction. One marketing strategy Norton House can implement is to take advantage of their location of being so close to a college and reach out to students to obtain more customers. From personal experience, we know that college students love delivery pizzas, and as of now, it seems that there is not a main pizza place that students order from. It is relatively scattered between a bunch of places. One way Norton House can tap into this market is to offer deals to Wheaton students to get them in the door. Without giving subjective opinions, Norton House is the closest to Wheaton and has the fastest deliveries. These are some facts that students may not know and would be more inclined to choose Norton House had they known. Another recommendation we have that will increase business and employee satisfaction is to create an online menu. We've actually had several friends recommend this to us when we told them what we were doing our case study on, and we would have to agree that adding an online menu would be a great idea since they do not currently have one. This would increase business for obvious reasons, and it could increase employee satisfaction by giving employees other work to do if they don't find the work that they currently are doing to be meaningful.